The Bible states, "Now thanks be to God who always leads us in triumph in Christ, and through us diffuses the fragrance of his knowledge in every place. For we are to God the fragrance of Christ among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing. To the one we are the aroma of death leading to death, and to the other the aroma of life leading to life. And who is sufficient for these things?" Sister, I would like you to teach us what it means to be the fragrance of the knowledge of God, how that fragrance can be perceived in the life of a believer, and why the same fragrance can be life for some and death for others. I would also like to know what responsibility it implies to be the fragrance of Christ both for those who are being saved and for those who are perishing. Thank you very much, sister, and may the Lord bless you.
In ancient times, under the law of Moses, the Lord taught that sacrifices should also be accompanied by incense and many fragrances, many scents, many perfumes. Everything had to be arranged and organized. The priests had to organize and lift up these offerings as a sign that they were a sweet-smelling aroma to our God. The perfumer, the one specialized in making the perfume, would take it to the temple and present it with the incense and other scents in different ways, and it was said to be a fragrance for God. Because everything was physical at that time, God demanded that the people show him reverence and honor him physically. That's why there were animal sacrifices. That's why there was incense, a scent rising to God. God had taught them to do it that way, even though he didn't need those scents. God didn't need them, but he wanted the people, at least, to be busy doing something for him, striving, working, doing something for him. So he demanded the best scents, the best perfumes, and the incense also had to be lifted up by the sons of the priests. No one else could use it. All of this was a sweet-smelling aroma to our God. They said that this was a sweet-smelling aroma. That sweet-smelling aroma had a symbolic meaning for the future. In the future, the sweet-smelling aroma for God would be a righteous man or woman, upright, holy, pleasing to God, serving him, turning away from evil and sin, and always pleasing the Lord in everything, doing what is good, right, and upright. That person became a sweet-smelling aroma to our God. That was the symbol in ancient times of the incense. It is written that sometimes God was so displeased when they presented the incense that the smoke would spread. When the smoke rose straight to the heavens, it was because God had accepted it. But when it spread, God was angry with the people because they were failing him. That was the symbolism. Today, we believers desire with all our hearts to be a sweet-smelling aroma to our God, to be that perfume or that incense for him. That's why, reading verse 2:14, it states, "Now thanks be to God who always leads us in triumph in Christ, and through us diffuses the fragrance of his knowledge in every place." It says that the fragrance of the knowledge of our God is manifested everywhere in the life of humankind. And it says, "For we are to God the fragrance of Christ." In those times, in ancient times, it was the scent of incense or perfumes. But in the gospel, it's the believers. For we are to God the fragrance of Christ among those who are being saved, meaning the righteous, the upright,